Hey everybody, and welcome back to our channel, your go-to place for mastering powerful software tools one step at a time. In today's video, we are diving into AnyLogic, the leading simulation software for modeling complex systems across business, healthcare, logistics, and more. So whether you're a student, engineer, or decision maker, this beginner-friendly guide will walk you through everything you need to get started, from setting up your first model to running simulations like a pro. So let's begin. Now, the first thing that you need to do, visit the official website of AnyLogic. On the top corner, you would notice that there's going to be an option for you to download. If you do, you can choose from any of the following. You can download the Personal Learning Edition, which is good for evaluation and teaching. Absolutely at no cost. Free version download. They also offer the University Researcher, which is good for public research in universities. But before you download, you need to ask for a code similar to the Professional, which is kind of good for companies and government organizations. Alright, so I'm gonna click the free version, and what will happen is you will be forwarded here to click the I agree button and click the install option. Alright, so at this point, it's very important that to just follow the on-screen instructions. And you are not using an antivirus because that could interfere with the installation process overall. Alright, now, so this may take some time, so we'll get back to you once it's done. Now, once you have successfully installed the AnyLogic, you would notice that you will be forwarded here. You can get started by creating a model or open examples if you want. If you do, these are going to be some of the examples that you can use. Treat it like a template. Okay, so you have manufacturing, supply chains, business process, road traffic, games, and fun. So we're going to use, for example, business processes. For example, we're going to be using the corporate education. Now, this is like a pre-built templates for you. It will be forwarded here. And as you can see, it's only for personal learning. All right, you're going to not use it for commercial. And loading times may vary. You want to make sure that your machine can handle the AnyLogic because it requires a lot. It's demanding on the GPU. So, now that you have already used the AnyLogic personal learning here, you can have, for example, your branch agents. All right, you can create an agent right here and see there's no element selected. Say, for example, I'm going to be using an employee right here. Now I have the main agent. All right, so for the employees, you can put that here. Maybe how to use AnyLogic. So you can use the agent parameters mapping. For example, is it going to be an employee type? You have more options along the way. You have the dimensions and movement, initial speed. For example, I'm going to put in a different values here. Initial position. Okay, so you have all these. Statistics, advanced, and description. All right. Now, since we have added an employee, I want you to hover to the presentation. You can drag the scale here. And you can name this as you can check the visible on upper agent and lock. If you want to visible, yes, let's do that. Of course, length is going to be a different value. And we have that in position. Now for parameters, if you want to give like variables, for example, my index, you can put it here. And then there's going to be the Q for course. You can ignore if you want. And the simulation, which is going to be the main thing here. That's going to be the presentation. For the simulation, you have multiple options here. You have parameters, model time, randomness, workflow, window, advanced Java, and of course the description, which is really handy. Now, Since we have already explored all of these, there's going to be the palette. If you want to take a look on the palette, for example, is it going to be a source for the block? If you want to add a source right here, add a delay, or maybe a queue if you want, add split or combine. So you have all these sections for you. All right, do not be afraid to experiment and familiarize yourself with the tools that you can explore and leverage using the AnyLogic Personal Learning Edition. Again, this is not going to be used for commercial. It's only for you to get familiarized yourself with the AnyLogic platform. Now, on the drama section, you can create all of these and the model. You can also run. All right. If I do, it's going to be starting experimentation and it would work on it. What will happen is there's going to be a pop-up window, just allow access. All right. And what will happen is there's going to be a new window for the corporate education model featuring the GIS map. All right. You see there's going to be a plus button if you want to run. And if there's going to be some few errors, you want to make sure that you diagnose all of these errors. All right. But the good thing about it is that you can make sure you run all these absolutely free. Now, one thing here is going to be creating the tool, because the tool gives you an option to create documentation. You need to save this for now, and then there's going to be a file here where you can also save and import more information along the way using the AnyLogic Personal Learning Edition. And with that being said, there's going to be more tools that you can discover here. For example, pedestrian library. You can add, say, for example, rail library, train source, train moves to, say, for example, a car, a parking lot here, stop line. So basically you can drag and drop all the GIS markups here. Stop line, car dispose, and then there's going to be some system dynamics or a chart. If you want to add charts here, you can do that along the way. Plus histogram 2D. Basically, you are now limited with all these. All right. And with that being said, that wraps up our video on how to use AnyLogic. So if you're looking for a robust simulation platform that grows with your needs and offers endless customization, AnyLogic is definitely worth learning. Although, let me tell you, it has a learning curve, but the payoff is huge, especially for data-driven decision making and optimization. If you found this video helpful, give it a like, share it with others who might benefit, and do not forget to subscribe to our channel for more tech and software tutorials every week. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you again in the next video.